On a cold, windy, foggy, typical morning in San Francisco, I'm out here doing one of my favorite things, and that's foraging. Now, it's not the typical type of foraging that you're used to hearing about. This type is the treasure hunting type of foraging. So it's low tide today, and it's a negative 1.6. Now, typically in the Bay Area here or in Northern California, our tidal range is usually about 6 feet to negative 0.5 feet. So if I stand up here, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall. So literally from low tide, the tide will be at my toes, to high tide, just a little bit above my head. And it'll change like that every 6 hours, every single day, from low tide to high tide, somewhere in between there. Now, at certain times of the year, there are times when it lowers down to about negative 1.9. That's an extra 1.5 feet drop. There's also times when it raises an extra foot or so and actually can get up to 7 feet. But the typical range is 6 feet to negative 0.5. Today, it's a negative 1.5, and that is extremely low. So I'm walking in the low tide right now. Still about another hour and a half until the peak low tide. But I'd say the best time to come out here is about an hour before and an hour after. Maybe you could even get away with 2 hours before and 2 hours after, depending how low the tide is. All right, y'all, I found one right here. Watch, when the tide recedes, this is what we're looking for. All right, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it now? I know I saw one. I know I saw something buried. Here we go. First one. Boom, baby. That's a good snare right there, y'all. And that right there, my friends, is worth about 15 bucks. Why don't we check out what he was using for bait? What is this? Oh, a little piece of chicken. It's a chicken bone, chicken wing. Feed that to the crabs, rinse this one off. Look at that. Got myself a brand new snare. Basically brand new. Looks great. Hell yeah. Let me break this down to you a little bit why these days are so special. So let's say you've got your wave height right here, all right? 6 foot, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2, okay?
That's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 1, negative 2.
On this line, wait a second. Let's just do it from here. On this line, this is the distance you can walk out, okay? Let's say 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, 50 feet, 60 feet.
Okay. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60.
Now, obviously, when the tide is this high, you can't go out that far. But as the tide drops, you can go out farther and farther and farther and farther. So let's say that the tide dropped to 3 feet. You would only be able to go out right there. Whatever that is, just say, boom, 25 feet. But let's say the tide dropped to 0. You would be able to walk out, boom, 50 feet. But on the rare days that it gets down to a negative 1.5, bro, you could walk out off the charts here, 70, 80 feet, 80 feet. And this range right here, that might be the range where people can cast to, and that's the range where you cannot normally get on those days. So that's why it's so special to come out on these extra low tide days. Well, what do you know? Here's another one buried right here. Let's see, is it one? Oh, yes it is. That's a big old Danielson with a nice 6-ounce weight right here. This is a Danielson crab snare, and it's got very, very light tackle, and that's why it broke. Now, I personally don't like these cages. This guy, whoever it is, he zip tied the cage shut. Just, I guess he didn't trust the wire, but it's full of squid. So I'm gonna toss the squid, and I can tell you exactly why this broke. Look at this line. This is about 30 pound, maybe even lighter. This could be 20 or 25 pound mono. And dude, you're casting an 8-ounce weight right here with a heavy snare full of bait, about 10 ounces with 20-pound line. This is going to break every single time. You're not going to get that many successful casts with something like this. So if my theory is correct, and this guy stuck around a little bit longer, and he may have lost 3 or 4 snares maybe. So when the tide drops, I'm going to search this area again, and I bet I might find another one with this green mono line and add that to my collection. All right, y'all, just look how low the tide is. Like all this kind of shiny water, that's all exposed low tide. Up there where it's kind of dry, that's about almost high tide line. So if someone's up there, yes, they have to cast all the way out here, and this is where a snare, or this is where a jig will be if it breaks off. Look, here's another one that washed up shallow. Oh man, I thought that was one too, but here's one. This looks like a nice one. Yeah, look at this. Oh, look at this. Hell yeah. Oh wow, look at that one. That's from Ken the Crab Slayer. Look at that dragon. Whoever, somebody's probably watching this who lost this, and well, that's my snare now. Sorry, but let's see, what were they using? What were they using on this? Okay, so they got a cable on here. I mean, that's about 35, maybe that's probably 40-pound braid. I mean, that should have held. Just something happened, you know. But right there, that's a $20 crab snare. Yes, hell yeah. All right, I just want to find maybe 2 or 3 more. Man, I bet I could find about 20 of them. I bet there's a ton of them out here. I mean, when people cast, every single day, people come out here to fish, they're always losing gear. I guarantee you that. And when it's a snare like this, it's totally within finding range. You know, you can come out here low tide and get them. But like I said at the intro, days like this don't come around too often. So when they do, take advantage of it. I mean, here's someone's mask. Oh man, toss this too. Gross. Search the horizon. Look for little snare loops coming up, or look for little treble hooks coming up. You never know what you're gonna find. You really just got to keep your eyes peeled as you walk along the beach, because here's another one right here. That's a pretty decent one. You know, all of these are about 15, maybe even 20 bucks each with the weight. So this one has a 3-ounce built-in weight right there, but it's also got a 6-ounce weight right there. So all in all, this is about 20 bucks. Throw in 9 ounces of weight, and look at his line. Look at this little mono. He's throwing 9 ounces plus the bait in the cage with 20-pound mono. If you're gonna throw crab snares, come on, beef it up a little bit. Get some 50-pound line on there. There's the rain. It's coming down hard, but this is perfect for me. I got my rain jacket on, I got my waders, so I'm well protected. I'm hoping everybody else who lost some snares, woo, it's coming down hard now. I'm hoping everybody who lost some snares, they're all at home, not worrying about their lost snare while I come collect them. See you later, seagulls. Yeah, baby. Is this a snare out here? No. What is this? No. Nope. All right, let's keep on the search. In the rain. Pouring rain, baby. So I've been walking about a mile. I found 4 crab snares so far, which is not bad. And look at this entire range of beach that I can look for. That's high tide. The high tide line is up there where it's dry. People are casting, maybe right here. You know, sometimes this is as far as they can cast. So it's not too hard, and it's not out of the realm of possibility that you're gonna find something right along here. Now, if you're very observant when you're walking around, you might find something like that. And that is a tiny, tiny Dungeness crab shell. But see, if you're very observant, you might be able to find a bigger crab just like this hanging out in the water. And that's not quite a keeper, but that's a crab that might be a keeper on one of these if you get lucky. Letting her out a little bit farther. Here's something to look out for if you're walking alone on the beach barefoot. Piece of glass. That'll cut your tendon, that'll cut something up bad. So just be careful. Always be careful. I always say that. I'm like a overprotective mom. I mean, I guess a dad, since I am a man. Gosh, they're picking at this lady too. She's still got a little bit of eggs left. She's still alive. I'll save you, girl. Get back out there. You're not done yet. You have another chance today. Ow! Almost pinched me. Well, that's just, oh gosh, and she lost her claw. Well, you know, I've heard a story once. It's in her nature to pinch me, and it's in my nature to help her, so I can't be mad at her for pinching me. Off you go. See this one here? I see a loop up here. Now let's check if this is a nice snare or a crappy snare. Whatever it is, I know it's a snare. This is in about the same spot where that dude had that light green line. Where are you? Where'd you go? Where'd you go, snare? Where did you go? Here you are. Right here. Oh my goodness, another one, dude. Dude, look at this one. This is why it got stuck. Oh my god, that's a good snare, dude. Come on, man. Oh Jesus, there's some, oh wow, look, 2 snares here. 2 in 1. Wow, look at that. What in the world? I think there's another one here too. People are getting snagged on this thing. There's a, oh, that's why. Look at this. There's this piece of metal here, and that's why I got snagged on it. Look, oh, the snare loop, it's snagged on this. Well, look at that. I just grabbed 2. This is another one of the Ken the Crab Slayer's snares. Well, look at that. Look at that. Hell yeah, that's another 20 bucks right there. These 2 snares made by the same guy. I know, he's a local dude, and he made these 2. It sells them for like 20 bucks each. And look, this one has a 2-ounce weight inside also. So that means this was 10 ounces. Can't really see what he was using to throw it with. But now look, I'm in the same spot. The weight, water is at my knees. And it was right here. Now let me see that other one. How does that one look? Yeah, this one. Look at that. This one's got about 10 ounces also. Heck yeah, baby. We're getting them today. 6 snares, over $100 in fishing tackle today. Look, here's another crab. Is that a keeper? No, that's a small female. We'll leave her there. She looks like she's doing just fine. And you can see there's so many fishermen here, and they're all fishing for crab. Now, what I would like to do is go out into the water and try to find some snares, but that's just not a good idea. It's going to cause a scene. You're going to get tangled in people's lines. So if there's any fishermen out here, don't get involved and don't mess up everything. Don't get tangled with lines. That's just a recipe for confrontation, unless you're into that. Somebody cut this shark purse open. See? No way, that's natural. That's someone's cut it, wanted to see what's inside. Wouldn't you know, all these fishermen around, crab snare right here. It's just that they're not looking for them, you know? It's just they're not on their radar. Boom. It's a nice one. I can use that for sure. 4-ounce weight on it. Man, well, today was one of those days where everything went according to plan, and I didn't even fish. Maybe I should do this more often. Stop fishing, start foraging. But ended up with these 2 awesome crab snares right there. Look at those things. Those are $20 a piece, and a bunch of other ones too. 7 snares in total. Once I get these all cleaned up, I can get these all ready to use myself for this year. I mean, this is literally enough snares for myself all year. I can crab fish with these all year. So I'm gonna clean these up. Some of them still have squid in them. Pretty cool. I'm gonna clean it up and then just, yeah, man. So if you guys want to do this, low tide, that's the only time to do it. Keep track of the calendar year. I think there's some really good low tides at the summer and spring. Those are the best times. Go at night, bring a flashlight. Go in the daytime, just scour the beach. Let's go, y'all. $100 worth of crab snares. Snare treasure today. Woo! Let's go.